There are 14 princes who stand at the center of the Hunter x Hunter succession war. But there's a small problem that readers of the manga have encountered, and that is the frequent hiatuses, and the information about the princes is scattered throughout the entire arc. This makes it hard to keep track of everything we know about them and what is going on aboard the Black Whale. But today, we will be fixing this problem as we will be explaining all of the 14 Kakin princes in this video. This list will be in the order of how the princes were born. By the way, we post 2 videos weekly explaining different animes in minutes. If you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing. Anyways, back to the video. Benjamin, first prince of Kakin. Benjamin is the first prince of Kakin and is also the eldest son of Nasubi and his first wife, Queen Uma. Now, apart from being a prince, he's also the deputy military advisor of the Kakin royal army. Like every eldest son or eldest child, Benjamin has got a solid political clout and control over the royal army. This fact alone makes him a top contender for the throne and also the biggest target in the succession war. However, these special privileges given to him were abused by him early into the war. He made use of the royal guards as informants and assassins on the other princes. This is just the top of the iceberg of Benjamin's character, because he's also widely known to be hot-headed, and this is shown to readers when he was first introduced to us. We see him wrestling a lion with his bare hands and brutally crushing its throat out of anger, all because his younger brother taunted him. Like, imagine wrestling a lion with bare hands all because you were taunted. That sounds impossible, but not for the first prince of Kakin. When Benjamin learned about the various guardian beasts from Kurapika's announcement, he quickly made sure to place his soldiers as bodyguards on the other princes. This was to gather intel on their beasts and also get an edge over them. Benjamin can also use Nen, and his ability Benjamin Batten is very useful, because it lets him inherit abilities from his soldiers when they die. However, some conditions have to be met. First off, they must have graduated from Kakin Royal Military Academy, be part of his private army, and finally have sworn loyalty to him. He can also take control of the abilities of the original user, loses control over it. For now, we haven't seen Benjamin's guardian spirit beast, as it's still lurking in the shadows, and neither have we seen his full potential yet. Camilla, second prince of Kakin. So far in the manga, we haven't gotten enough information on Prince Camilla. This is actually for a very different reason, though. You see, Camilla is actively suppressing her guardian beast, unlike Benjamin, whose guardian beast we haven't even seen yet. Her reason for this is simple. She wants to rely on her Nen abilities. But the basics information about her is that she's the second prince of Kakin and the daughter of King Nasubi and his second wife Duazul. On the surface, she looks charming and elegant, but just like her older brother, she's arrogant and cold-hearted. She's also a big spender who is totally obsessed with luxury and limited editions items. While Benjamin has the support of the royal military, Camilla, on the other hand, has a different kind of support. She's backed by the have-nots, the lowest class of people, in the Kakin Empire, who aren't allowed to join the military or hold any royal offices. She got their loyalty by appointing some of them into her private guards and giving them special privileges. She even went as far as building a special district on her property for them. Her plans for the succession war is to use them to inflict Nen curses on her other siblings. The strength of the curse depends on the distance between the have-nots and the said princes. Although her guardian beast so far is unknown to us, her Hatsu ability is Cat's Name. How does this ability work for Camilla? Cat's Name allows Camilla to come back to life after being killed by draining the killer's body of its life force, and so far she has used this ability once on Muse. Zhanglei, third prince of Kakin. The third prince of the Kakin Empire is Zhanglei, and he's the son of King Nasubi's third wife, Tang Zhaoli. Alongside the royal family, a few of Kakin's mafia families are also in the mix of the succession war. One of the big mafia families in the Kakin underworld is the Shiyu family, and they are affiliated with Zhanglei. While Benjamin and Camilla are looking for ways to eliminate their other siblings, Zhanglei, on the other hand, is going for a more grounded approach. He's somewhat of a pacifist and not big on killing anyone unless he has to. Zhanglei can be both kind and cruel, but he makes sure to treat people with respect and courtesy. He has also made it clear that he's not in the succession contest because he really wants to be, but he's definitely not above joining forces with the mafia to get some extra muscles. One belief that Zhanglei holds steadfast to is that a true king should know how to use both the light and dark sides of any society. Zhanglei doesn't have any Nen abilities, but his guardian spirit beasts make up for him. His beast is a conjurer type that spits out a coin every day, and so far it has been theorized that whoever holds the coin can get certain abilities after meeting some conditions. Their powers would grow over time, which would be indicated by the increasing number on the coin. Zhonglei believes that his coins would become a game changer when he becomes king, but for now they are pretty useless. Tsariennik, fourth prince of Kakin. He is that one prince whose business is out there for all to see. He's the one we know the most about, and despite the calm demeanor he's always seen with, he's extremely vain and a pathetic excuse of a human being. This is because he takes pleasure in killing women, and also collecting human trophies, including several pairs of the Kurta clan's scarlet eyes. He's the main reason Kurapika decided to join the Zodiacs and enlist as a bodyguard for a Kakin prince, all in a bid to get closer to the fourth prince. Tsariendich is the younger son of King Nasubi, first wife Queen Uma. He also has ties to the biggest mafia family Hiali, which is headed by Morena. However, he would end up cutting them off after Morena tried to make a move against him. When it comes to killing his siblings, Tsariendich is totally thrilled by the idea because he sees his siblings as nothing more than garbage. Although he actually gets along very well with 9th Prince Halkenberg while aboard the Black Whale. After he heard Kurapika talking about the guardian beasts, he started training under his bodyguard Theta, who was surprised at how quick he was able to pick it up. This shows that Tsariendich is a natural Nen genius. Tsariendich Nen Beast also has an ability, which is unnamed for now, that allows it to punish anyone who lies to him by taking away their humanity. He also has an ability called Parallel Future that allows him to see 10 seconds into the future. Tsariendich believes that with his ability he can dominate the succession contest and the whole world eventually. Tubepa is the 5th prince of Kakin and the daughter of King Nasubi, second wife Queen Duazul. She's a scientist with a no-nonsense personality. She's very analytical, intelligent, and lives her life by making calculations with data. She joined the succession contest to stop the first 3 princes from winning simply because she sees them as filth. Crazy enough, she doesn't consider the 4th prince as filthy. Tubepa has her own visions for the kingdom, and she plans to spare her younger siblings. When Kurapika announced the existence of Nen, instead of being interested in what it was, she was more intrigued by Kurapika and took it as a sign that he was aiming for truce. She later sent 2 of her bodyguards to learn what exactly Nen was from Kurapika, while also telling them to try to form an alliance with him within 2 weeks. Tubepa's guardian beast is a transmuter type with a collaborative ability that needs a research partner to work. This might explain why she's eager to team up with Kurapika. Her beast can also synthesize all sorts of drugs and chemicals inside its body. Her beast is quite cautious as her, hence its reluctance to show up around Benjamin's soldiers who she suspects are behind her sibling's death. Kurapika would end up agreeing to work with her on the 10th day of the voyage. Tyson, 6th Prince of Kakin. Can you win a war with love and forgiveness? Many people will say no, but 6th Prince Tyson believes so. Tyson is the eldest daughter of 4th Queen Katrono and King Nasubi. Tyson is totally obsessed with the power of love, and she believes it has the power to fix everything and anything. Unlike most of the other princes, she's completely against the idea of a death match. She has developed a cult following because of this belief, and well, this following is also partially because of her guardian spirit, which is fittingly shaped like a heart. Tyson is pretty confident that she can win the succession contest without resorting to violence. She has a laid-back personality and loves being amongst attractive men. This would influence her decision in picking bodyguards because they had to be very handsome. Tyson is head over heels for her bodyguards and is super possessive over them so much that the Hunter Association screens them and doesn't send any of them to learn Nen from Kurapika. She even went as far as throwing a surprise party for one of her bodyguards simply because she won't be able to celebrate it with him since his contract would have ended by then. Tyson doesn't know how to use Nen, but she has a guardian spirit which floats above her and creates little eyewags that are attached to anyone who reads her book of love. These little eyewags collect the aura of the readers of her book and give them happiness in return, which also depends on how far they've gone in reading her book. If they break any of the rules in the book, they get punished by her guardian spirit. Luzuris, 7th Prince of Kakin. Luzuris is the kind of a guy that is just there in the background without much being known about him. He's the 7th Prince of the Kakin Empire and the son of 2nd Queen Duazul. Little is known about him, but he's somewhat of a decent guy, although this is hard to actually tell. Luzuris has ties with the Cha'ar Mafia family, which is amongst the biggest mafia families in the Kakin Empire, and headed by Brocco Lee. We don't know much about his personality, but it seems like he's not as sharp as his other siblings. This is seen when he sends soldiers to take the Hunter exam with assassination in mind, without realizing that there would be a lie detector test, and of course their intentions were caught and they all failed. Since his guards couldn't pass, He ended up posting an anonymous listing on Kakin website for bodyguards. Lazarus has had a guardian spirit even way before he had knowledge of what Nen is. But little is known about his beast's ability. The least we do know is that it's a conjurer type that can create a trap for its target by using whatever its target desires as bait. When Lazarus finds out that it takes almost a year to see what a Nen is, he sticks to his original plan of targeting his older half-sister Tubepa. Sail. 8. Prince of Kakin. While there are many traits that define a king, 8 Prince Sail takes only the absolute worst of those. Sail is the only child and son of 5th Queen Swinko. He's a totally womanizer who is always surrounded by attractive young women who are mostly seen unclad. He loves partying and indulging himself in things he likes. When he's first introduced to us, we see him on the Black Whale throwing a huge party on his room while ignoring the succession war completely. He's rarely seen with a cloth on, and loves to lazy about by lounging around with tons of food and drinks scattered everywhere. His mother in some way enables him because she simply watches him do whatever he wants to do, and when she tries to warn him to take the war seriously, he simply brushes her off and promises to, quote, change the world at the banquet by performing a rap number. Sail Guardian Spirit Beast is a manipulator type and can release smoke from its mouth. This smoke can sway anyone who inhales it to be loyal to Sail. How much smoke the beast releases depends on how stressed Sail is, but usually the smoke can cover a up to 7-meter radius. Once a person breathes in enough smoke, a clone of the Nen beast would appear on their head, which would in turn spread more smoke, turning the person into a walking infected carrier. If unchecked, Sail could turn the entire Kakin Empire to an unstoppable dictatorship. The next Kakin prince is Halkenberg. He's the son of 2nd Queen Duazel and the 9th Prince of Kakin. He's successfully one of the most complicated characters in the Succession War. And what I mean by complicated, I don't mean him as a character, but rather his plans and abilities. He doesn't get along with his mother or sisters, Camilla and Tubepa. Halkenberg is rather good-natured and incredibly intelligent. He's totally against monarchy form of ruling and originally planned to withdraw from the Battle of Succession before changing his mind to compete. This change came because he lost one of his half-siblings to the succession contest frenzy, and it hits him so hard that he goes to attack his father to stop the contest. Although his assassination attempt would fail, his father would tell him to contest and seize power to change the work to what he wants it to be. Halkenberg went to one of the top universities on the planet, and he makes use of this intelligence and knowledge to excel as a phenomenal strategist. He can successfully create strategies that have the least amount of risks, but has high reward chances. These strategies he creates revolves around his Nen ability. His ability quite unique because it cannot be stopped regardless of what kind of Nen ability you are using. His guardian spirit beast marks his loyal people, including himself, with a feather on their hands. This feather secretly awakens their Nen, and when gathered together, their combined aura is so powerful that it causes a rumbling. Halkenberg possession arrow can pierce through anything to reach its target, but if the arrow somehow misses, he will die. If the arrow reaches the target's soul, it would transfer one of his soldiers into the target, then the body of the soldier would be in coma until the target dies. So far, Halkenberg is one of the biggest threat in the Succession War. Kaichu was the 10th Prince of Kakin and the daughter of 6th Queen Seiko. She's also the older twin sister to the 11th Prince Fugetsu. When we first seen Kaichu, she comes off as a spoiled, nasty prince who even goes as far as picking her bodyguards based on looks. But unlike her half-older sister Tyson, she picks the ugly-looking ones. Even though she's one of the younger princes, she's pretty much ruthless. She and Fugetsu plan to team up and kill off their other siblings in the Succession War. Kaichu promised Fugetsu that she would ask their father to spare her. But Kaichu's attitude is more of talk and less of actions. In fact, she gives off a cold demeanor simply means she wants her bodyguards to hate her, and in that way, if they are ever placed in a situation to pick between her and Fugetsu, they would pick her younger twin sister. Kaichu really cares about her younger sister and hates being forced into this competition. She would try to escape from the ship with Fugetsu during the banquet with the help of her bodyguard Melody. She wouldn't be able to make it out of the exit door, but she would sadly die. However, her twin sister Fugetsu would make use of the magical door ability they both share to escape. Upon her death, her guardian spirit would activate and take her form, thereby replacing her in the Succession War. Fugetsu is the younger twin of Kaichu and the daughter of 6th Queen Seiko. Unlike her older sister Kaichu's, Fugetsu is rather very fearful and struggled to switch from her innocent personality to a serious one. Prior to the escape attempt with Kaichu, Fugetsu was timid, but ever since the attempt she's more of an unhinged and reckless person due to the curse placed on her. We don't know the exact origin of the curse. It could be someone in the Succession War that's trying to kill her, or it could be something she got while exploring the lower tier with her abilities, or it could be an after effects of her escape attempt. Regardless of this, she has a protective charm given to her by Boso. Her abilities consist of her guardian spirit beast, which had the ability to teleport. This ability manifests as a magical door, and by crawling through it, she ends up in another location, and if she decides not to leave the tunnel, she can go back to her previous destination. But if she does leave the tunnel, a return door must be used. Momose is the only daughter of 7th Queen Savanti, and also the 12th Prince of Kakin. Momose comes off as a cute, sweet girl on the surface, but her guardian spirit beast says otherwise. Momose would be the first prince amongst the princes to die. Because of her death, we don't know much about her, although she was strong-willed that couldn't stop her from dying. So far, we know that before her death, Momose's guardian spirit beast is a manipulator type, which is capable of phasing through walls and is smart enough to ask questions and interprets non-verbal answers like nodding or pointing. Its main tactic is to ask its target if they are free. If the person says no, a little version of the beast would appear on their shoulder nagging them to say yes, and once they agree, the beats would implant a cartoonish spider on their ear and take over them. Momose would feel tired once her beast takes over a person, even though she doesn't know what it fully does. When her mother withdrew most of her bodyguard and gives them to her younger brother Mariam, she doesn't complain. This would eventually lead to her being strangled to death while asleep by one of her bodyguards. Mariam, 13th Prince of Kakin. Mariam is the younger brother of Momose and the only son of the 7th Queen Savanti. Mariam is totally attached to his pet hamster to the extent that he takes it with him even to formal events. He loves video games and is often seen with his mother, who favors him more than his elder sister. When his mother reassigns Momose's bodyguards to him, he's seen clinging to his mother, who explains her reason behind the action being that he's always scared and Momose can take care of herself. Mariam Guardian Spirit Beast looks like a dragon, but its full abilities aren't yet clear. However, it has been noticed that it has been getting bigger with time, and its appearance changes based on Mariam's emotions. After the death of his elder sister, the beast became bigger in size with its body covered in spikes. His bodyguards theories that Mariam's Nen beast is behind the mysterious barrier that surrounds the room. People inside can leave and make calls from the room, but anyone trying to enter is transported to an alternate empty room. And if anyone steps out of the room, they will not be able to see or hear anything that goes on inside the room. Woble is the 14th Prince of Kakin, and he youngest daughter of 8 Queen Oido. Given that she's just a baby, she doesn't have any personality, no Nen ability, no guardian beast. She is just there to act cute and goo goo ga, which is quite typical of every baby. Although she's very young, she has people supporting her such as Kurapika, just because she's cute. It's like she's practically not even in the succession contest at all, because what can a baby do? But despite her mom being put in a disadvantageous situation, they have successfully been able to worm their way into the center of the whole succession contest. And that's every prince in Hunter x Hunter explained in minutes. Let us know what anime you'd like to see next. Till next time.